Hello friends, welcome to Hello English. My name is Rupam. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the name of 5 books. Very simple and very easy to read. I will also tell you 5 tips and tricks which can help you to become fluent in English. Yes, my dear friend, many a times many of my subscriber friends ask me, if I read books daily, can I become fluent in English? I will say yes. If you read books regularly, it can help you to become fluent in English. So please follow this video till the end and I'm sure you will get a lot of ideas. But before we start, let me ask you one question. How many books you read this year? Let me know in the comment. Now let's begin. Here are 5 tips and tricks which I'm going to share with you, and this can help you to become fluent in English. So the first tips is begin with books that have simple language and short sentences. So the book which comes in my mind is called The Billionaire and the Monk. Well, this is a book which is very easy to read. I am sure if you start reading this book, you will fall in love with reading. And when you read this book, it will help you build confidence and improve your reading comprehension. My dear friends, I will give the link of all the books in the description. If you want, you can buy the books. Now, I was talking about this book. This is a very simple book to read. Let me read few lines for you so that you understand how simple it is to understand. Suppose if I read, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. See, it is so easy to understand. So my dear friends, it is very important as a beginner, whenever you start reading, whenever you feel that you want to develop the habit of reading, take a book which is very simple to understand so that you will not feel bored. And yes, whenever you read, you have to read it loud and clear. See, when I read, I was reading very slowly, I was reading loudly and very clearly. What happens when you read loudly and clearly is that your brain will develop the habit of speaking in English. And automatically, you will see within some time, you will develop fluency in English. So please read this book. So the second tips is, yes, it is very important to choose a book that interests you. Suppose you love to read romantic books. Okay, now you get a book which is related to health or fitness and you don't like it. What will happen? At the end, it will not be of your interest. You will stop reading within few days. So choose a book that is of your interest. This will make reading more enjoyable and motivate you to continue. Now the book which I have is called The Alchemist. This is a very interesting book. I read this book 2 times and I want to read this book one more time. This book is all about a boy, Santiago. His journey, he traveled to Egypt. He traveled to different places and all the things he experienced in his life. And it is very easy to read at the same time. See, few lines if I read from this book, it says that a beautiful book about magic, dreams, and the treasure we seek elsewhere and then find on our doorsteps. A wonderful book. Now, if I open the book and read few lines for you, I'm sure you will understand. You will understand very easily. See, it says that, I want to tell you a story about dreams, said the alchemist. The boy brought his horse closer. In ancient Rome, in the time of Emperor Thales, there lived a good man who had 2 sons. One was in the military and had been sent to the most distant region of the empire. The second son was a poet and delighted all of Rome with his beautiful verses. See, so easy to understand, my dear friend. So always try to read a book that is of your interest. When you read a book of your interest, number 1, what will happen? You will be more motivated to continue reading and learning. Secondly, what will happen? You will experience pleasure and enjoyment while reading, making the process more enjoyable. Got it? The third tip. Always remember, the more words you have in your mind, the more fluent you become. So it is very important that whenever you read something, you have to note down the words, phrases, idioms. and try to use those in your daily life. Now, the book which comes in my mind is called You Can Win. This is a very useful book. You will find so many new words and phrases. As you read, note down unfamiliar words and phrases and try to find the meaning of these words in the dictionary. What will happen? This will help you to improve your vocabulary and your grammar at the same time. When you read this book, you will come across different words, some new words like self-esteem or sadistic. Try to look these words in the dictionary or Google. Once you find a meaning, try to find a sentence related to these new words and try to use those words in your daily conversation. What will happen? Automatically, you will be able to use these fantastic words, and this will improve your fluency. The fourth tip to become fluent in English when you read a book is engage with the material by asking questions, making connection to your own life, and summarizing the main parts. Suppose I have the book which is called Life's Amazing Gift by Gaur Gopal Das. Now, when you read this book, you have to ask yourself, see my dear friend, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to become fluent in English, the most important thing is that you need to speak a lot. You need to train your mind in such a way that your mind doesn't stop to send messages to your mouth. So how you can do this? You can only do this by continuous practice. So when you read the book, ask to yourself, what is the author trying to say about the book? When you try to analyze all these questions, you will come across a lot of answers. Your mind is working in English. And this book is also very easy to read. Suppose if I read few lines from this book. At work, we tend to compare and compete with others. Instead of comparing and competing with others, just compare and compete with yourself by Steve Jobs. See, so easy to read. So my dear friends, you have to develop the habit of reading. Every day, make a habit of reading for 10 to 15 minutes. When you do this continuously, you will see that you are becoming fluent in English. Set goals for yourself, such as finishing a certain number of books within a time frame. So this is a book. See, a very thin book. This is called Ikigai. A wonderful book with so many useful information. You will gain so much of knowledge, how to maintain your health, how to keep your mind cool, how to lead a healthy life. So this is an amazing book about the Japanese culture. So if I read few lines from the book, it says that keep cleanliness. Japan is considered one of the cleanest countries in the world. The Japanese prevent themselves from contagious diseases by taking extra care. Even the books returned in the library are cleaned with UV technologies. See, so much of information provided in this book. So my dear friend, set a goal to read one book every month. Create a schedule. Say maybe in the early morning or before going to bed, I will read 10 minutes every day. When you develop this habit, you will find that you can motivate yourself. You can self-motivate yourself, and this will help you to become fluent in English. So my dear friends, these are the 5 books I wanted to share with you. If you like my video, please give a like. I will see you again. Thank you.